Gurubhyo Namaha. I am going to speak to you today on a very, very important aspect, which I call it as the competitive edge, which means how competitive are you with reference to the time, with reference to the context. Maybe you were very competitive. Maybe you were very good. Maybe you were excellent at a point of time. But are you conscious about what changes have taken place in the context and whether your old standard is good enough? This is what I call as the competitive edge. You should all remember that we are not living in a static society. We are living in a society which is fast changing, a dynamic society, a fast changing society. In a fast changing society, if you are not keeping pace, you will be left behind. So you need to know, am I competitive enough? Do I have the competitive edge? I want you to do an exercise. You can go on Google search and find out the cutoff mark for professional colleges for the last 20 years or 10 years. You take it. You take any branch, whether it is medicine, engineering, computer science, whether it is chartered accountancy, or even BSc graduation, BA graduation, BCom. You find out what was the cutoff mark 10 years ago and what is the cutoff mark now. Then you will understand what is competitive edge. All of us know that around 1983 or so, India, we won the World Cup cricket. At that time, Kapil Dev was the captain. He was a fast bowler. What was his speed? Around 80 kilometers. At that time, he was the fastest bowler in our Indian team. And he was one of the fastest bowlers of the world. But look what has happened from 1983 to 2017-18 now. If you Google search to find out who is the fastest bowler, you will come across 160 kilometers per hour, 165 kilometers per hour. The game has remained the same. The ball has remained the same, except that the speed has picked up. Now, if Kapil Dev were to come back and compete today, his 80 kilometers per hour is not adequate. Please understand what I am trying to convey to you. You take the automobiles. I have driven in the same road with my ambassador, before that Fiat. I have driven with my standard companion. The road traffic was not that fast. The traffic was not that heavy. So with about 40-50 kilometers per hour or 80 kilometers per hour, it is good enough. But today, in the 4-lane traffic, if you are going to say, I am going to drive only at 60 kilometers per hour, you will be eliminated. You are a traffic hazard. You will be blocking the traffic. You may be the best driver at that time, but you are not adequate today. So please understand that we are in a static society. So you need to ask yourself, not whether I am good, not whether I am fast, not whether I am smart, not whether I am hardworking, but you need to ask yourself, am I fast enough? Am I good enough? Am I working hard enough? Am I excellent enough today? Because we are moving in a fast changing society. If you take the NEET score, those of you who are competing this year for the NEET medical entrance exam, you ask yourself, you just go check what were the cutoff, the percentile, the 50th percentile or whatever they are talking about to qualify for the eligibility to get into medical college. NEET 1, find out what was the cutoff date. NEET 2, NEET 3, you find out. Now you're going to appear for NEET 4. Not only that, those who missed to get a seat in NEET 1 are appeared for NEET 2. Those who missed it in NEET 2 and NEET 3 may appear along with you. So you are going to compete with people who have more experience in writing the NEET exam. So you need to ask yourself, am I good enough? Am I fast enough? Am I working hard enough? There was a time 40 years ago, 50 years ago, when there was what was called a 9 to 5 p.m. job. A job 9 to 5 p.m. Madura Coats, one of the leaders in textile industry, brought out a shirt by brand name 9 to 5 p.m. job. It was meant to be executive job, 9 to 5 p.m. job. Today there is no 9 to 5 p.m. job. There is 24/7 job. 365 days you have to work. That was a time when only lawyers and doctors will work late in the evening. Today, if you go to the software industry, they are working round the clock. Because changes are taking place in the technology. Changes are taking place in the customer expectations. I will try to show you some of the old photographs of the speedometers of the old erstwhile cars. They will put a red mark beyond 45 kilometers or 50 kilometers, which means beyond 45, 50 kilometers it is amber. Beyond 70 kilometers, red. And many of the cars were not calibrated for 100 kilometers. Today, 140 kilometers. Today, if you want to ride on the highway, 80 kilometers, 90 kilometers, which means without knowing how to ride safely at 90 kilometers, you will meet with an accident. So it is not just speeding up. It is not just becoming fast enough. It is not beating the traffic, but getting trained for that speed, which is very, very important. You need to understand that unless and until I improve, I am going to be voted out. You are going to be eliminated. So you need to tell yourself, I am on a survival game. I am in a game which is either do or die. If you Google search, you will find out what is Darwin theory. The Darwin theory says it is not the strongest of the species which survives, but the one which is most adaptable to change. It is not the strongest of the species which survives, which is the one which is most adaptable to change. If you see Jurassic Park, you will come across the, what is that called, dinosaurs. Just imagine a 100 feet tall, 200 feet tall animal, so powerful. Even with the AK-47 bullet, it cannot pierce. It will just stamp the jeep or whatever it is with one go. But the question is, how did such species disappear from the earth? If the strongest were to survive, then the dinosaurs should have survived. If you go to the Disneyland, you will have the site where Jurassic Park set is even being displayed there. All the jeep that they use for that shoot movie, it is kept there. There I saw a description. In that description, it said, the researchers who researched why dinosaurs died as a species, the research says, dinosaurs, when it is bitten by a snake, a poisonous snake on the leg, by the time the information reaches the brain, 3 months will pass. That is the speed with which the information reached the mind. So the response time was very, very slow, and by the time it is too late. So how quickly you respond is very, very important. The reaction time is very, very, very important. As I keep saying several times, you are going to live in a country which is going to give you 100 times more opportunities, but at the same time, 1,000 times more risk. It is as exciting to enjoy the opportunities, but at the same time, it is as fearful not to get ready. That's why I keep saying again and again, intelligence is very, very important. In fact, 3 things you should distinguish. The brain, all of us, we have been discussing what a brain is. It is a physical stuff. Brain is a software. The third one is very, very important, which is called the buddhi. In English, it is called intellect. The buddhi says, the buddhi should tell you, am I fast enough? At this rate, where will I end? If I continue to do what I am doing, will I continue to get what I am getting? Am I sensitive to change that are taking place? Buddhi. Can I do this or can I do this? If I do this, what is the result? If I don't do this, what is the consequence? This is called the intellect. Spend 10 minutes every day. Let the whole day, whatever you did in that day, on that day, go as a movie. Ask yourself, each frame, did I do anything to make me competitive enough? Did I do anything which will improve my competitive edge? Automatically, your intellect will tell you, oh, you have not done it. Or your intellect will tell you, very good, you have done it. Then your automatic speed will come. I will end up with a small little story which I read somewhere. All of you know that cheetah is a very fast moving animal. One of the fastest species in the earth is cheetah running. One day, a cheetah saw a rabbit, and automatically the cheetah wanted to have a good meal out of the rabbit. The rabbit started running. Cheetah started chasing. Rabbit ran and ran. Cheetah was chasing and chasing. But the rabbit was running faster than the cheetah. And ultimately the cheetah gave up. Sorry, today I have lost. Then before stopping, the cheetah asked, okay, you have won the game. I will not kill you, but tell me, I am the fastest animal. You are not that fast. Today, how did you get this skill of running faster than me? Then the rabbit said, look at what is happening. Look at the context. You are running for food. I am running for life. When I run for life, I will be faster. Your life is going to be decided the next 1 or 2 years. Please take charge. It is not the life of your parents. It is not the life of a subject teachers. It is not the life of the chief minister, prime minister, anybody. No. Your life is in question. It is up to you to ask yourself, am I competitive enough? Do I have the competitive edge? Ask yourself this question. Sit straight.
SRMJV is not just a school, it's a one-time experience.
VM Nagar, Tiruvallur,